show you how to get started on this weekend scarf. This is a great project because it really does come together very quickly. And I'm going to show you how to do it as an infinity scarf. So we're going to start with a provisional cast on, and then you'll do a 3-needle bind off, which gives you this beautiful, almost invisible seam where the two ends come together. I am using a worsted weight yarn. You can use anywhere up to bulky and really any size needle, but bigger than you would normally want. I'm using size 11. And then you're going to need a crochet hook and some scrap yarn to get started with the provisional cast on. So the first step is to tie just a simple knot at the end of your scrap yarn. And we'll use that when we untie the scrap at the end, and we will remember that we are not going to untie the knot end. Okay, we'll go from the other end. So go a little bit up from your knot, tie a slip knot, put that on your crochet hook, and then just chain a few. And if you are not a crocheter, you just wrap the yarn counterclockwise around the crochet hook and pull it through. These do not have to be beautiful in any way. You then take your knitting needle, after you just have a few, you take your knitting needle and you lay it on top of your working yarn. You then reach your crochet hook on top of the knitting needle and you pull a loop through. Then you move the working yarn back behind the knitting needle, reach the crochet hook in front and make another loop. You just keep doing that until you have cast on your number of stitches. I am going to cast on 28 stitches. Once you have your 28 stitches, your cast on stitches, then just chain a few more. Doesn't matter how many. Then get a pair of scissors, cut the end, done with your scrap yarn, and just take your crochet hook and just pull out that last stitch. Don't pull it tightly because that's the knot you're going to have to undo later. Then you're done with your crochet hook too. Now you need your other knitting needle and you insert the needle, just make a loop with your reel yarn, pull it through, and then you're ready to knit. For this pattern, you are going to knit one, then yarn over, then knit one, then yarn over, all the way across the row. To yarn over, it's just exactly like you normally wrap your yarn. So you just wrap counterclockwise. I put my finger there to hold it, and then do a knit stitch all the way across. This is the exact same thing you're going to do every time you're on an odd row. So we're on row number 1. We're going to do this on every odd numbered row. At the end, after your last yarn over, you just knit. Then on all of the even rows, you start with a knit stitch, and then the next is your yarn over. You're just going to drop it off, and there's no magic to it. You just let it fall, then knit the knit stitch, drop off the next yarn over, all the way across. And this is what you're going to do on all of the even rows. And the whole pattern now just goes back and forth between those stitches. In just a few rows, you can really see how the pattern has developed, and you get these nice open gaps, which after it's blocked in, this is a well-worn scarf, you can see it kind of settles down a little bit more. But it's a great scarf. It's very easy to do. Because of the yarn overs and drop stitches, you cover some ground pretty quickly. And then at the end, you will go back and use the 3-needle bind off to take out this scrap yarn and pick up the live stitches, and then attach it with the other side of the scarf. And there's a video on the Cushion of Joy site about how to do that 3-needle bind off.